hello, how are you? It's Uma. How are you, Frankie? How are you, hey? And Chester, where are you? You there? I can see you there. Hi. Are you waving to me? I can see you. I better blow you a kiss too, hey? Mwah. Because Uma loves you both very, very much. And I miss you so much. So I thought last time I was at your place, I remember that I was reading books for Francis. And I also read some books for Chester. So Uma thought, well, since she's not always there to see you, maybe Uma could actually do some reading for you and do some nice books. We could actually do reading for you every night if you wanted to, or at least when you felt like listening to Uma. Okay? Let me get my glasses because I've got a very, very special book that Uma really loved when she was a little girl. So these are my glasses. This makes me see because Uma's eyes don't always work that well, okay? And so if I put these on, I can see you very well. And Uma's eyes are very big. Oh my goodness me. I'm a silly Uma, aren't I? I'm a silly Uma. Okay, so tonight we're going to read The Ugly Duckling. I hope you can see it. It might be back to front on your camera. I don't know. But anyway, it's called The Ugly Duckling. And when I was a little girl, this used to be my favourite, my most favourite story ever. And I remember when my mummy read this to me, I was just so in love with The Ugly Duckling. Anyway, this is how the story goes. One day, 6 fluffy yellow ducklings hatched from their egg. Mother Duck was so happy. All she could hear was cheep, 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 cheep. The ducklings were calling their mother. Oh my goodness, they made so much noise. They were so busy. But there was one egg left. One egg. Look at the big egg there. Can you see it? All the other ducklings have all got out of their eggs, but there's one really big egg left. I wonder what's in that. As we turn the page now. At last, the big egg cracked open. Out popped a funny grey duckling. See the funny grey duckling down here? It's a little bit different from the other ones. It was a funny grey duckling with big black feet and a big black beak. The other ducks crowded around to take a look with Mother Duck. It does not look like a duckling, they said. Do you think it looks like a duckling? It looks a little bit different. See, all the other ones are all brown. There's the mummy duck there. You've got the bigger ducks here, they're all brown. You've got the other babies that are all yellow. And what's this one? It's grey. Looks grey to me. Very different. Still looks cute though. I kind of like it. Now Mother Duck, what she did was gathered up all her fluffy yellow little ducklings. Follow me, she said. She led them through the farmyard. All the animals stopped to stare at the funny grey duckling. So all of the little yellow ducklings are here with their mummy, following their mummy. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow ones. And out in front is the grey duckling. Very different. And all of the farm animals were looking and going, what? He's looking very unusually different. Can you see? We've got the goat, and we've got the hen there, the chook, like you've got chooks at your place. And we've got a moo cow, moo, and a horse. All the animals on the farm, they're all checking it out, taking a good look at the little grey duckling. The animals all made fun of him. Why would they do that? Oh my goodness. We don't make fun of things, do we, or people? No. We've got to take care of everybody. So those animals on the farm were very naughty, weren't they? Anyway, when they got to the pond, they went to the pond, okay? They all went down to the pond. Mother Duck and the fluffy yellow duckling swam off. The funny grey duckling was left behind. "Go away," said the goose. "You're ugly." Look, there he is. Can you see him? He's still hanging around here. The goose is being very mean to him. "You are not one of us," said the goose. Not very nice. So the funny grey duckling went back to the barn, but the fluffy yellow ducklings, they would not play with him. That's not very nice, is it? Just because he's grey, they didn't want to play with him because he was different. Doesn't make any sense to me. "Go away," said the fluffy yellow ducklings. "You're not like us. You don't belong here." The poor little duckling, the little grey duckling who was different, he was very, very, very sad. He cried and he ran away. Look at him. Poor little duckling, I feel so sad for him. Poor thing, he needs a cuddle. The funny grey duckling walked for miles and miles and miles, kilometres and kilometres away, until he came to a cottage. In the cottage was a little old woman who gave him some corn and some milk. That was nice of that lady, wasn't it? "Go away," said the hen. "You are eating all my grain." "Go away," said the cat. "You're drinking all my milk." Oh my goodness, that poor little duckling. He can't cut a break. Poor thing. They're all giving him a very, very difficult time, and that poor grey duckling is really sad. Here we go again. We've got all back on the pond there now. Okay. The funny grey duckling went back to the pond. Winter was actually coming. It was getting really cold, like it gets cold at your place. And the pond was turning to ice. It would be very cold. I wouldn't like to put my toes in that. The funny grey duckling was cold and he was hungry. Oh dear. He saw some swans fly over the pond. See all the swans flying over? Flying over the pond. And this is the little grey duckling. Very cold in the winter. "I wish I could fly up in the sky with the swans," said the little grey duckling. He was very sad. The swans did not see him, and they just flew far, far away. At last, winter turned into spring. Yay! It's getting warmer. We like that too. Spring's my favourite time of the year. The fluffy yellow ducklings came back to the pond. But you know what? They'd all grown up. They're all big now. They went from little to big. But they'd grown up so fast, and now they were ducks. They were big ducks, and they're going quack, 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 making a lot of noise. They actually saw the grey duckling. But, he'd grown up as well. He'd changed. He was not a duck at all. The grey duckling had grown into something else. Ooh, what's that? He doesn't look like a grey duckling anymore. So here are all his brothers and sisters, and they're all normal ducks. They look like the same as they did when their parents were a bit older than, but they were sort of that same colour. But this is the grey duckling, and he's actually grown into something else. Oh my goodness. They said, "You're not a duck. You're actually our brother, but you're not a duck. What's going on?" He said, "If I'm not a duck, what am I? What is he? Do you boys know what he is? Francis, do you know what this is? Is that a duck? Chester, is that a duck? Or are these ducks? Are they the same or are they different?" Okay, turning the page. So the ugly duckling looked down into the water, and he saw his reflection, because it looks like when you do that, you actually look like you're looking into a mirror and you can see yourself. So as he looked at his reflection, he said, I look just like a swan. I don't look like a duck at all. I look like a swan. He was very, very, very surprised. He's very surprised. So am I. I thought he was a duck. I'm a swan, he shouted. I'm a swan, I'm a swan, I'm a swan. And then the swans, all the other swans flew over. Look, all the other swans came over to see him. And they landed on the pond. Hello, said the swans. Do you want to come and be with us? The ugly duckling, now a fine white swan, he said, I would love to come with you. And he was very, very, very happy. So he flew away with all the other swans, flying away just like he wanted to. Remember, he really wanted to be like the other swans. And he was. He was really a swan and not a duck at all. So the moral of this story is, it doesn't matter what you look like. You're always beautiful on the inside. And everybody changes in life. We start off really little and we can be anything at all. We should never ever make anyone different to us though, really. Everyone's special and they're just like us, really, and they should be our friends. So if you see someone you think's an ugly duckling, what are you going to do? Give them a hug and be their best friend. Because really, they're just beautiful on the inside and beautiful on the outside when they grow bigger. They're all the same. Love them anyway. So that's the ugly duckling. I like that. He wasn't an ugly duckling at all, was he, Francis and Chester? He was a swan. That's my favourite book. That's my book for tonight. So now it's time for you boys to go to bed. And if you're not going to bed, if you're actually reading this or listening to this while you're having a break while Mummy's having a break and you can just sort of sit back and watch this, that's okay. But if it's night time, sneak into bed now. Sneak into bed, put the covers over yourself with your pajamas on, and close your eyes. And say your prayers. You can say, Dear God, please take care of me and let me sleep. Angels, protect me. And then you can go to sleep and you can go, shh, shh, shh. I would say, Ooma'S doesn't snore like that, but who does? Poppy does. Poppy snores all the time. He's a hopeless snorer. Oh my goodness. So go to sleep if it's night time. If it's not, have a great day. I love you both very, very much. You are my favourite, 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 favourite boys in all the world. I love you with all of my heart, and I love you all the money in the world. Bye. Ooma'S loves you.